one of us. I spend a lot of time, no, you do. I spend a lot of time online. We're building this movement. We're doing a lot of hours. Matthew's out on the street. Matthew's actually talking to people constantly. I've stopped by and seen him constantly. He is changing lives. He's changing, and that each one, he's a living embodiment of that, guys. Love you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm a little spilly there. All right, spilly. I'm getting emotional. You always feel much. Thanks, Colin. I love you, brother.
Love you.
Just as much. I mean, Colin has dedicated almost every second of spare time to this, and still running and working. And I mean, Vlad unfortunately can't be here today, just simply because this man has been overworking himself. I mean, some days I'd like to describe the two of those as working 25 hours a day. So, I mean, I don't even know how that happens or that's possible. A couple little updates, definitely to touch base on Dr. Tenpenny's seminar. I would like to mention that it is a 8-week running seminar. We've had our first intro and the first seminar itself. Don't worry if you haven't been able to sign up. Please actually do. We have a promo code for all Hugs members. It's, I believe, Hugs Members 2020. I have to double check that promo code. Hugs Member 2020. It'll actually bring the $120 cost down to $80. So even with missing that first seminar, that is literally a doctor in activism and vaccines for less than $10 an hour, because it's an hour-and-a-half session, and the back half of the session is done to Q&A, where you can actually target your questions and bring this into an interactive experience. Any of that information, if you're looking for it and you're not worried about digging, send an email with Dr. Tenpenny Seminar to hugsovermasks@gmail.com. I'll make sure you get all the information, and again, if you'd like to ask the question, just send them there. We will correlate them and submit them by about Thursday morning, so everything can be prepared. So again, this is an interactive seminar with one of the top specialists in the world for vaccines and for activism. So please come on out. It is an absolute honor to be included in something like that. So it blew my mind, the word seminar, and it is also on recording. A few announcements is, looks like my housing strike is going elaborate to tour, so tour dates and all that's getting jumped up, which is every day the movement grows and we're elaborate. So I mean, I really like to say, and thanks for the note of the shaman goes with the wind. So we're just going with this, and we're just going to go with it. But it looks like some next stops we're considering Windsor, Barrie, London. There's a lot on the table, so just send your emails. Those watching, if you'd like the housing strike, get a pickup truck ready and step forward. And I mean, I'll be there. It doesn't matter. My heart is where my home is, and my heart lives inside my tent right now. All of you keep that tent wall going strong in that spirituality. It is a place of healing. These street communities are actually coming down and receiving healing at this place. And that is because of the work all of you are doing and showing that there is a community that will love and care. So, again, the major thing I'm going to be doing is making some political demands. Definitely lockdown and ending emergency orders, one of them. But majorly, I'm going to be asking that unfortunate suicide awareness be retitled to wellness awareness. We need to teach the drive to live, especially in these trying times. So, a special message to all of you: just know when you're feeling down, feeling anxious, and feeling depressed, they actually hide through that awareness the fact that we're actually reaching down, trying to ground, and actually get that connection and that drive to live. That is the one thing that I am teaching on the ground to all those that are actually suffering, and I mean in 20 minutes. I had a gentleman on his way to the bridge, and by the time he got there, he didn't even know why he wanted to in the first place. So please go spread at least that message, if anything, the message of wellness awareness, and the fact that, I mean, all of this is just to get us to stress ourselves. As he's saying, the masks are a distraction. It's all a distraction because the numbers have actually grown in the suicide and addictions category. Overdose is exponential. So let me tell you all this. We have a concrete argument. Let's just go with those crazy people for a second. That COVID curve is, let's say it's real. Okay. But it's about the larger curve, and only the larger curve. And our curve of mental health is actually exacerbated out. So I say this to all you COVID people very cheekily. Stop lockdown. Stop murdering my friends and family. You are killing them with your ignorance. You see how ridiculous that conversation is? Because the deaths that do actually happen to everything else matter as well. It's not about one thing. And in society, for the first time in 2020, we actually care about human life. And know as you go through and you start waking these individuals up, that we are actually, for the first time, if you ask me, there is hopes coming from the seers, the schizophrenics. The narrative that is speaking is one of hope. So just know that we are breaking ground for the true beginning of healing for probably the first time in history. And that's every single one of you, these leaders coming out. I'd like to focus on Kara right now, has actually spent the past couple of days on the ground, just said, you know what, I'm here with you. It's been giving me relief and breaks. And I mean, you never know where the leader is inside and what you can do and where you can step up. So when you're called, don't ignore that calling, because when you fulfill the calling to help and to heal, it brings you the most joy and will absolve every negativity in your heart. So I just want to say thank you, everyone. Keep pushing. This is going to be something absolutely massive. Mental health is visible. It's fully active. Check us out. We actually have the website going now, mentalhealthvisible.com. It's very simple. I couldn't believe the name.
Is Visible?
No, we went right to Visible because, again, we are going to have a nonprofit foundation come out of this. The education platform will be Is Visible. Mental Health Visible will be the nonprofit that will eventually lead to the charity and housing network done properly. I'm going to just single-handedly disrupt the whole rental market. And we're actually going to title that mental wellness because, again, that's the world we're trying to build. And we like to say that together we can unlock the gifts of mental health to create that new world of mental wellness.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Massive, amazing. All right, next up we got Justin Long. He's one of our leaders here in Hamilton. He's helped me get this set up. And he took the reins